Imagine holding your own death warrant in your hand and not even knowing it. This was the fate of Uriah, a valiant man. He carried this sealed letter, written by his hero, straight to the front lines. The letter said, "Put this man where the fighting is fiercest, then draw back so he is struck down." It was written by King David, the very man Uriah was risking his life to defend. This man, after God's own heart, had become a dark predator, a murderer. David didn't use a dagger to kill Uriah. He used a pen, a lie, and a woman he never should have touched. Today, we call it living our truth. God calls it blood on the floor. But there's a message of healing in David's story for everyone who has ever fallen. It started with a look that lingered. While his men were bleeding in the mud of Rabbah, David was pacing a palace roof in the cool of the evening. He saw Bathsheba. He didn't turn away. He invited the fire into his house and wondered why the walls started to burn. Sin is a slow-motion car crash. David brings Uriah home, tries to get him drunk, tries to get him to sleep with his wife to cover the pregnancy. But Uriah is too honorable. He sleeps on the doorstep instead of the bedroom. So David decides, if the lie won't live, the truth must die. For a year later, David wears the crown over a rotting soul. He thought he got away with Uriah's murder. Then a prophet named Nathan walks in. He tells a story of a rich man who steals a poor man's only pet lamb to feed a traveler. David explodes in righteous anger. "As surely as the Lord lives, the man who did this must die," he exclaims. Nathan doesn't flinch. He points a finger that feels like a lightning bolt and says, "You are that man." In that split second, the palace disappears. The prestige disappears. And what remains is a guilty man standing naked before a holy God. What David did was evil, but the moral is not as simple as David was a monster. The moral is that any of us, disconnected from God, is capable of the unthinkable. The world tells you that what you do in private doesn't matter, as long as you're successful, to live your own truth. But David's life proves that a secret sin, any sin, is a ticking time bomb. Still, David didn't make excuses for his sin. He fell, he wept, and he bled out in repentance to heal the wreckage of his wrong choices. Righteous living demands honesty with God who created you, especially when you fail. You might be on your rooftop right now. You might be carrying a secret that's killing you. Stop running, because the same God who saw David in the dark is waiting to walk with you in the light. Choose this day whom you will serve. Your sin may have begun with an idle mind, a lingering look. But God was glorified in David's broken-hearted return to holiness. He is waiting for your return too. My friend, you are never so far gone that the love of God cannot reach you. Like David, begin by repenting, asking for God's forgiveness. He already fully knows what you're going through, so take heart and return. Sometimes the most difficult part is forgiving yourself. But remember that who God sets free is free indeed. Your forgiveness is only a prayer away. Don't wait any longer. There's healing in God's presence for everyone who has fallen.